Yes, everybody now approaching towards the examination time. All around people, not only teachers, everybody will keep giving you advice. So you may be, tired of hearing the advices also, but still, to excel in examination, few tips related to the subject. If you are hearing from your subject mentors, that will be of great help. So let me also try to share some of my experience with you. If it is of, help for your board preparation, I will be more happiest. So shall we start, children? All you are set for, hearing a few tips for your examinations, preparedness, just to sharp the edges. Already you have ready with. You can, give your responses by using the thumbs up. The emotions are there. How can you express? Or you can put your queries, if any, in the chat box. We will address your queries at the end of our discussion.
Yeah. Students are showing thumbs up, ma'am. We can start.
Yeah. Let me share my screen with you so that I just made a small presentation for you, which will help me to, share my thought process with you all. Uh, as Shraddha ma'am gave a beautiful heading to the today's session, that crack the code of physics. For that, what we require, definitely essential board preparation. Okay, so let's discover what are the essential strategies and tips we as a student. I'm also standing with you people. I'm not on the other side of the examination field. I'm as a teacher, as a mentor, I always stand along the side of my students. So that's why I'm saying as we are preparing for our examination, let's discuss about certain strategies and tips to excel in our grade 12 physics board examination. And as keeping mind of the question paper pattern, we have to focus on cracking MCQs, diagrams, and numericals problem solving. Physics is a combination of all major skills a person should have. It's not only about learning certain theories and presenting that memorized theories. Physics is more challenging subject because it take care of all the components, including diagrams and cracking numericals. For that, you should remember all formulae related to the topics. So definitely the subject become the more toughest, and that's why we who can manage those toughness selected this particular stream. So let's have an happy examination by following few small tips for our preparation. Am I audible? Is my sound is okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Let me move on to the next slide. So I'm welcoming all of you for our exam preparation. So definitely you all should embark your journey to success in CBSE Class 12 Physics. That is our first goal we have to set. And the second goal what we are setting is our pathway to excellence. For that, we have to discover effective strategies and tips to excel in our exam. Overview of preparation strategies, let's discuss. So in this, we will, outline the key tactics for mastering physics concept. Then we will, the fourth step, we will target on focus areas for our studies. As I mentioned, we have our question paper contain MCQs, numericals, diagrams, and graphs. So how we tackle each one of this part of questions that we have to discuss. And then definitely the fifth steps, after knowing all these things, the fifth step is maintaining the consistency in our preparation. That means regular practice and effort are crucial for achieving high scores. If you are aiming for high score above 95 percentage or 90 to 100 percentage, since as ma'am mentioned, since so many years I am going as a board evaluator, and I have been as assistant head examiner for board examination. So every year I feel very happy to say that a good lot of students whose paper I used to correct score 100 out of 100 in physics. Of course, the theory paper is for 70 marks. So that 70 out of 70 makes the child to, get a full score in physics theory paper. So for that, the importance of consistency, we should not neglect. Regular practice and effort are crucial for achieving high scores. I'm highlighting that again by saying. Then definitely the last but not the least, value of guidance. From whom you are seeking the guidance for preparation as well as for learning the physics concepts matters a lot. That's why I wrote, seek not only the guidance, please seek it from the right person to navigate through challenging topics effectively. You all know in the digital world we are living, in a everything at a click available, all knowledge, information, everything is available through internet at a click. But take a call, how much you can believe on the content which are there uploaded in the digital space. Get it checked with your teacher mentors, a properly trained subject oriented mentor of your school will be definitely help you out to tell which content is the correct one, which content is the wrong one. So blindly don't follow everything which is there available in the digital portal. Check the correctness of the informations of the challenging topics you are getting. Nowadays you have the ability facility of getting 3D vision of the theoretical topics also. But again, in diagrams and everything, there may be some mistakes. So you have to check the correctness of the content, study material you are collecting from various portal. So the best first person you should approach will be your own subject teacher. I hope those teachers are there in the group, maybe agreeing with me. And students, I hope you are all also agreeing with me, right? So seek the right guidance to navigate through challenging topics effectively is very, very essential. Definitely make references, but check the correctness. That's my concern. And I just want to share this. You might have got this from your syllabus, which is a curriculum which is shared by the CBSE. Just a broad view of the structure or the topology of your question paper. Your topology of question paper suggested by CBSE is based on these topics, and the weightage of percentage wise as well as mark wise has been given by CBSE. So your CBSE board physics question paper will framed based on each question in the question paper will be framed based on these skills to be tested. These skills to be tested for a learner, whoever has taken up class 12 physics curriculum. So as I think there is no need for me to elaborate it. Very well designed by the CBSE subject experts. The topology of our physics question paper will be consisting questions which are related to remembering. So what does mean by remembering? They elaborated it, and that is for 27 marks. That's why I put it in the PPT so that you can have a good look and read that and understand that also. Sometimes we feel once we get the board paper, we see that after giving the exam, we feel this question was difficult, this question was not, as we expected. So that time, please, before making the comment, please remember the question is designed in order to test these skills of a learner. Okay, so remembering 27% your marks, 38% of your total marks, and understanding and remembering covers the major percentage of marks, 38%. You must remember, remembering will occur only after understanding the topic. Remembering means, children, please don't misunderstand memorizing or rote learning something. That is not the concept of remembering. Remembering of a concept occurs after understanding it. Am I right? For example, when you are in physics, when you are talking about, the chapter which we talk about wave optics, generally it is a theoretical chapter, abstract chapter. So the students feel it's very difficult to memorize the things. Concepts of interference, concept of diffraction. If you once understand the concept of wave phenomena, Then remembering those concepts, the formulae related to interference, the formulae related to diffraction, and the entire concept will become very easy. So remembering, understanding, taking major percentage of your total marks, then definitely equivalent strand is taken by applying concept. A learner, after understood the concept, after remembering the concept, should be able to apply the concept. So in our physics question paper, definitely the questions will be always asked in an indirect way, where child can apply, the learner can apply the learned concept. For example, after you learned how to derive the lens maker's formula, I hope you are getting connected with me. Children, are you all aware of lens maker's formula? In which chapter? Can anyone tell me? Ma'am, do they have the unmuting facility?
They can also post in chat, ma'am.
Yeah, if they want to interact, we can have an interactive
Yeah,
session.
please post in chat.
You
Yeah.
have that?
Ray topic they are saying, ma'am. Ray topic.
Oh,
Ray optics, sorry.
very good, excellent. It's ray
Yeah.
optics. Yeah, you nailed it. So from after learning, after deriving the lens maker's formula, the last formula you may be remembering. Now, after remembering that only, you know how to apply it in a new situation. Suppose a question comes. Okay. For example, a magician, a case-based question coming like this. A magician is demonstrating a magic show, and in that, a magician is making some object made up of glass getting disappear after dipping it in a beaker having some solution. Okay, and you will be asked to find out the refractive index of that particular solution. Here, your knowledge of, your remembering skill of, understanding skill of lens maker's formula is going to help you to apply the formula to a new situation. Am I right, children? Does it make sense? Yes? You can give a thumbs up.
Yes, ma'am. We have
Okay.
got thumbs ups from
Okay,
this.
thank you so much. Thank you. So apply. That's why that has the next weightage. Yes, we must know science is a life skill subject and physics the most life skill subject. Physics is in nature. Physics is in our entire life we are following. So we must know how to apply the physics skills what we learned in theory. That's why has been put up here as a topology of the question paper for class 12. After applying, the learner must know how to analyze the concepts given in a new situation. That's why you are analyzing related concepts. Questions will come for 30% of your total marks. Then, yes, child must know evaluating a given content, judgment, give reason, justify. These kind of questions comes under evaluating. For example, when we talk about, again, I'm taking ray optics as an example. So in ray optics, we learned about critical angle, total internal reflections. So some question comes like this. When you take a diamond with a special cut, we always see it sparkles. But at the same time, if you take a glass with the same kind of diamond cutting, does not sparkle. Justify your answer. They will give you the content to you and they will ask you, evaluate this statement. Assertion reason questions comes under evaluating. In your question paper pattern, you have assertion reasons. So that comes under evaluating. You must know, you have to make judgments. Which statement is correct? Which statement is supporting the given first statement. So you are evaluating these things. Okay. And then creating. Creating questions comes under majorly graph related questions. Sometimes a table value will be given. You will be asked to draw the graph or some relation between physical quantities will be given. You will be asked to draw the relevant graph. For example, let me take the chapter electromagnetic waves. We know, we learned, we remember, we understand what is electromagnetic wave, how does it propagate through a medium, what is the interrelation between the electric and magnetic field vectors with respect to the direction of propagation. With all these understanding, now you will be asked to create a question. And the question can be for a 2 marks, framed in your question paper like this. Draw an electromagnetic wave propagation where the wave is propagating through the x-axis with a speed, or sometimes they won't mention x-axis, they will directly give the speed x I cap.
Sorry to interrupt you, ma'am. Have you changed the slide? Because we can see only question paper design slide.
Yeah, I have not changed the slide.
Okay, okay.
I'm explaining
Sorry.
same thing only, ma'am. I'm explaining them about and giving an example of how we can create questions. Create question will be of what type?
Okay, ma'am.
So I hope children can get connect with the question which I am discussing. So they may ask to draw the electromagnetic wave by giving specification about the electric and magnetic field vector variation. These kind of questions comes under creating. So children, you got an idea about the topology of your question paper. So this is slightly, there can be changes, and this is more kindly relating to the sample question paper issued by the board for the year 24-25. Is that clear to all of you? So here I would like to take, before moving further, I would like to show you the question paper also to you, the pattern also to you. Here, this is the 24-25 question paper pattern issued by the CBSE board. I hope you can see now the question paper, sample question paper on the screen.
Yes.
Can you all see?
Yes, ma'am. We can see.
So our physics subject code is 042. Maximum marks of our theory paper is for 70 and time allowed is 3 hours. General instruction I have kept like this because we have total 33 questions. You must know what are the different type of question you are going to crack in class 12 CBSE examination. You have total 16 MCQ questions, 1 mark question. In fact, in that 12 questions will be in MCQ form and 4 questions are in the assertion reason based form. Here only I told. MCQ questions are the format knowledge and understanding and apply. Whereas assertion reason questions are of the type evaluate. Then you have 5 questions of 2 marks each and 7 questions of 3 mark each and 2 case-based questions where all the case-based questions are MCQ questions. 4 questions will be there. Each one will be of 1 mark. And you have 3 long answer questions, each one of 5 marks. Here you may get create either in section B, section C or section E. You may get questions based on the topology of create questions, etc. So the entire designing of your question paper, question patterns has been explained over here. Hope you might have gone through this sample question paper. And in your board examination question paper also, you will get, you no need to by heart these constants. These constants will be generally given in the first page of your question paper. Remember, your board question paper will be printed both in English as well as Hindi. There are children who give exams through Hindi medium, but generally in your sample paper, the questions will not be printed in Hindi. So don't go by that. While reading, you should have a better clarity that, you know, if you are an English medium student, spend your time only for reading the questions in English. If you are feeling reading Hindi, you can make a better understanding. Wherever you have confusion, you can do so, but don't waste time behind it. So you must know the, designing of your question paper also. Is that clear? So this is the question paper pattern which I would like to discuss with you. We'll come back again to the question paper pattern as we move ahead. Next, I would like to discuss with you the curriculum weightage decided by CBSE. Mostly the question paper designing cover this weightage subject wise, or the chapter wise as well as the unit wise weightage will be followed in the question paper. 99% they follow these, plus minus variation will be there. So this idea also you might have. So when you are starting your preparation, please keep this mind. Do not skip the chapter without knowing the weightage. Definitely there is no question of skipping any chapter when you are preparing for excellence. But even though when you are preparing, when you are giving weightage to read the content, do not skip any matter, because every unit has a strong weightage in your 70 marks. For example, here you can see here, the entire first unit, which comprise of three, even first unit and second unit, you can see here, which comprise of 3 chapters. 16 marks out of 70, it carries 16 marks. And you can see unit 3 and unit 4 again consist of 4 chapters, 17 marks weightage, and unit 5 and unit 6, which consist of again 3 chapters, 18 marks weightage. Then you have unit 7 and unit 8, which again consist of 3 chapters. You can read the chapter name there, so I'm not wasting time behind it. There are 12 marks weightage out of 70. And the last chapter you can see, single chapter, very, very important chapter, weightage is 7 marks. This makes your total 70 marks. So these understanding. So take a printout of these things, topology of your question paper, take the printout of the, pattern of your questions, type of questions you are going to get in your question paper, and weightage of your unit wise topics, chapters of physics. Take 3 small printouts, which you can, in and out, you can see that and put it on your study table. So every day when you are preparing, you can give, cross check, and you can, ask yourself, am I giving justice to my preparation based on the requirement for my board examination? The 3 major requirements for board examination I discussed with you. Let me move ahead to the next one. Next slide, what it tells, how it is going to help us. This I discussed with you. Yes. Now, after we understood the topology of the question paper and the pattern of questions which we are going to get, weightage of our chapters of physics, next comes we have to gather our study material, which is the key resources for physics study. Already you have started. It's not you are going to start it today. It started the day you entered class 12, and start your learning of class 12 physics syllabus. The first and foremost is your NCERT textbooks. Textbook is essential for foundational knowledge. I generally tell my students, whether it is your normal unit test in the school, or term 1 exam, term 2 exam, preliminary examination, or board examination, even a small class test if you are giving, you must read the content, you must learn the content of that particular examination oriented portion minimum 5 times. Minimum, I'm saying 5 times. Yes, you heard it rightly. Minimum 5 times. Read, make your own notes, at least in key points, minimum 5 times, so that you will familiar with the language of asking questions. You will aware that what content is given related to that topic. So read, understand, learn minimum 5 times before you go for an examination. Maximum, there is no limit. Everyone's depends upon your memory skill. Some students can remember the concept just in one reading. Good. Read once, reiterate. When you are sitting idle without doing anything, try to recollect what you have learned. If you could recollect without any much stress, that means your one-time learning itself is very strong. Go ahead to the next. So like this. So those who need to strengthen their memory, minimum 5 times. Still you have time. Don't worry, children. One time you read it along with your teacher when you are there in the class, listening to the explanation. One time learning has gone already. One time learning has done. Second time learning, preparation time for your unit test. You have read the content. Third time reading you have done already when you have given your term exams. Fourth time reading you have done when you have prepared for your preliminary examination. I hope your prelims are over or still going on.
Yes, ma'am. Second prelim is going on and first prelim is over.
Great. So 4 times you have already gone through your content. Fifth time strengthening for your board examination. Children, you can stop me if you're any place, if you need little more elaboration or if you couldn't understand what I'm saying, you can stop me. Is my pace is okay? Am I going too fast? Okay.
I think it's fine, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So textbook is your first and foremost study material you have to go through, and reference books, whatever suggested by your teachers. Okay, whatever suggested, whatever book they have suggested, whether it is a question bank or previous year questions, good quality books always your teachers suggest, so that you can go through. In mainly go for such reference books in which you will get good quantity and quality of questions after every chapter, mostly picked up from the previous year board questions, because the board question language we should able to understand, we should able to comprehend. So again and again, if you give exposure to those questions in the board examination from the question paper, reading the question and comprehending will become very easy. So for that, go through that. I suggest to my students, we don't franchise any particular publisher and all, just commonly through our experience while going through the, books, we get to see good quality questions will be there in together with physics or exam ideas or SL Aurora. These kind of books we suggest. If anyone wants to, or you may have library. In our library, we keep these books as, lot of as and then whatever physics good quality question we get, we keep as resource book. So students keep referring that. So definitely your teachers maybe might have told you good reference books. So go by that. Okay. Don't buy anything new in the last moment, and don't, get panic that, oh, I didn't go through these reference books. So what will I do? Don't get that last minute panic and all. Consistently, as I told, consistently in a regular basis, whatever reference books suggested by your teachers, please go through that. Then online resources, definitely keep a check on this, as I told you already. That's why, discuss with your teacher mentors. They may be suggesting you can see this particular online series resource to see the video content for a particular chapter. For example, suppose we are talking about AC. I'm taking the chapters as and then I'm discussing the concept. I think that will help you to get connected, right? So for example, if you take the AC chapter, chapter 7, alternating currents, to understand the concept of phasor, the static diagram which we see in the textbook or the diagram which is drawn on the board will not be sufficient. How does the current and voltage phasor make a phase difference? Accordingly, how the sinusoidal wave is getting generated? How does this phasor will help us to understand an LCR series circuit? To understand all this, if we have a better video, that will be of great help. If you sit in online, Google or YouTube, there will be plenty. Searching, you will get tired and you will get waste your time. So the better person will be your teacher. Your teacher mentor might have gone through and they might have sharing our good content of online resource videos. So please believe them and check those things. Am I right? If any teacher is there in the meet, they can say something at this moment. Am I right, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Yogeshwari ma'am. So after thoroughly understanding the content of your textbook, the curriculum, whatever suggested, then go for previous year board papers, solving, reviewing papers. Papers helps identifying the questions trend, and even it will help you to keep a checkpoint of your strength and weakness, which area you need to revise again and again, which format of question you are not able to answer. So to help you to understand your strength and weakness, solving previous year papers will help. The previous year papers will be available in the CBSE website. Each individual can check that www.cbse.nic.in. If you want, at the end of the session, I will show you by sharing my screen how to check the previous year board question papers from the CBSE website. For every subject, it is available with a marking scheme. So the marking scheme gives you an idea that how much for a question you have to write so that you can manage your time well within the 3 hours. So do the solving of previous year papers by keeping timer on once you finish all your well preparation. Then next, let's discuss about effective strategies for cracking MCQs. You have seen the different pattern of our question paper, physics question paper. So for solving MCQs, read the question carefully. Understand the question to avoid common pitfalls and misinterpretation. For example, let me take one example question. A question related to capacitor. Question related to capacitor. When connected to a galvanometer, shows momentary deflection when the capacitor is connected to DC. But when connected to AC, it reads some current. This is explained based on some concepts will be 4 options will be given. First option may be capacitor store electric energy, can be explained based on displacement current. Like this 4 options will be there. So capacitor is there in electrostatic potential and capacitance chapter 2, as well as the capacitor concept is explained in electromagnetic waves also. So just by seeing the word capacitor, don't jump into the conclusion and don't pick up the option which is given related to chapter 2. The discontinuity of current between the plates of the capacitor is well explained by incorporating the modification of Ampere circuital law using displacement current. So you must know if common concepts are there in 2-3 chapters, from which chapter that particular question is, the framing of the question will lead you to the perfect identification of the concept. So give a good understanding to that while you are reading the question paper. Then use elimination method. Rule out the obvious wrong answers to increase your chances of selecting the right one. As each one of you are preparing for your competitive examinations also, so you may be getting these training there, how to use elimination method. It's a very important tool to reach the correct choice of your question from MCQ. Focus on key concepts. Concentrate on the fundamental concept that frequently appear in MCQ. Then practice regularly. Engage with solving MCQs and mock test to become familiar with exam formats. Here your previous year examination papers will help. The reference books will help. are the MCQ questions framed by your teachers after doing a rigorous research. Teachers make question banks, practice question papers for you people. So please see that even in your school examination, like PA1, PA in the sense unit test, term examinations, preliminary examination, teachers makes the question paper with, keeping students' skill enhancement in mind. If you couldn't do a particular paper, particular examination well in your school, again redo, re-prepare that questions when you are preparing for your final board examination. Practice regularly, I told you. Manage your time. For managing your time on the day of board examination, 3 hours to crack 70 marks questions, 33 questions for 70 marks you have to crack, where you have to think, where you have to apply, where you have to evaluate, where you have to create. So the time runs very fast. So you have to divide the 3 hours strategically for all type of questions. MCQ questions at the max, only 3 minutes you have to spend. So to get that kind of time management, you have to solve multiple papers, practice papers before that. That's why I told, after learning a particular topic, particular chapter, please make self-examination module at home. Small test, half an hour test, 1 hour test. If you can't offer 3 hours exam at home, self-exam. Set your timer. Don't think that no invigilator is there, we can cross the boundary. No, you be your self-invigilator. So time constrained test. Create that exam environment at your home. Self-preparation time. Take one mark question, 1 2 mark question, 1 3 mark question, 1 case-based question, 1 5 mark question. Design your own question paper. Half an hour test they do. So if you're able to give quickly, you can manage the time. Maybe in the first day, you may exceed the time limit. It's okay. Second time, approach closer like that. Set practice pacing to ensure you can complete all questions in the allotted time. Believe me, children, these are the strategies I used to tell my students. I myself as a student practiced this. Before I become a teacher, I was also a student. Whatever I practiced, I tell to my students, these are all tested methodologies. Students who excelled in examination followed these tips. So definitely it will help you people also. Is it making sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. So the next one, let's discuss how we can mastering with a diagram. I told you in physics, we have diagram based questions. Sometimes it will be draw diagram. Sometimes it will be from the diagram, interpret something. Okay. Say for example, the diagram will be given the experimental setup of Geiger-Martin experiment in atom, chapter 12, atom chapter. And they will be asked to answer the questions related to what does that, large, the very few number of alpha particles retracing the path. Based on the path of the alpha particle after the scattering, the questions will be asked. How does the Geiger-Martin experiment well matched with the Rutherford hypothesis on structure of atom? So diagram will be given, question will be asked. Or question will be given, you have to draw the diagram. So how do you master that? There are diagrams based on showing the working of an astronomical refracting telescope. Only through diagram, you have to draw the ray diagram to explain the working of reflecting telescope. Ray optics has large number of ray. In fact, every chapter has large number of diagram. So when you are drawing diagrams, what are the things? You have to keep in mind. So in your preparation time itself, when you are preparing a chapter, whichever diagram you are, don't read the diagram just opening the book. Draw it in your practice register. When you are drawing the diagram, ensure that you are making all these points happening. Okay, so what are the things essential? You can have a good reading so that I will wait. You only read that instead of I'm elaborating it. Definitely well labeled diagram, neatly labeled diagram. Please use scale pencil to draw the diagrams. Neat labeled diagram. Again, I will tell you, depends upon your time. Suppose in the last minute crunch, you have to attempt, more questions and less time you have in the last half an hour. That time, don't look for looking pencil scale diagram. Being a well neat diagram is more important rather than missing out the time and not drawing the diagram. Is that clear? So as far as possible, please try to draw the diagram with pencil. If depends upon the time crunch, please take your call. Don't leave the diagram without drawing. Meko time nahi hai, pencil skills to draw. So draw at least with a pen there. Don't leave that particular diagram. Okay. But ensure that definitely step by step, if you follow these instructions, within time, all can able to draw a well labeled diagram. Study well-drawn diagrams to learn effective representation of concepts. After following all the steps, what last written is very, very important. You have to prepare, study well-drawn diagrams to learn effective representation of concept. Have you noted down? Shall we move on?
Yes, ma'am. We are already at 10:18.
Yeah. Then you have to understand the effective strategies for numerical problems. Understand the concept, identify the given and required data so that you can frame the formula accordingly and practice diverse problems of the same concept. Don't forget to write the units of the calculated quantities. Not only writing the units, because half marks will be deducted. Suppose there is a 2-mark question on numerical. In the last calculated answer, if you forget to write the unit, half mark will be deducted. Half mark in 2-mark question will be how much percentage? So only half mark, no, let it go. You can't think like that because it's a huge percentage. So out of 2 marks, just for not writing a unit, 1.5 if you are getting, it is not justified, right? After doing long calculation and all, just losing half mark doesn't justify. So please be aware to write the units. And another thing I want to highlight here is, don't forget to convert the units if the data is available in different units. When you are substituting the different physical quantities in a given formula for solving numericals, all physical quantities should be in the same unit. Otherwise, you will get a wrong answer. For example, in photoelectric effect chapter, if the questions comes, if you are asked to calculate the speed of the photoelectrons ejected and the accelerating potential is given in electron volt, please remember to convert electron volt into joules. Then only you will get the speed which is given, which is need to be in meter per second. And sometimes work function, you have to calculate the work function of a given material. And the wavelength of the incident radiation is given in nanometer. Here you have to convert nanometer into meter. And you have to express your final work function in electron volt. The voltage will be given, and from that you should be able to calculate the energy. Energy generally we calculate in joules. From joule to electron volt conversion. So all conversion factors you must remember. So make formula chart and hang it in your study table. Make a diagram chart, hang it in your study table. Make concept maps. hang it on your study table. I hope by this time your study room is decorated with all these charts. So in and out, when you come to your study room, you will able to see these, and automatically these things will get registered. Shall we move on? After you have checked the methods
Yes,
to crack your numericals. Yeah. Mastering graph-based questions. Essential strategies I have listed. So understand the graph, practice sketching, identify the trends, and label axes. This is very, very important. Labeling. When you are drawing the graph, what are on what basis the marks, key points will be checked to give the marks allotment. What you have taken along the x and y axis, that should not be interchanged. For example, when you are drawing the graph related to variation of photocurrent with a stopping potential to be that, anode voltage to be taken along the x-axis. And the photocurrent has to be taken along the y-axis. You cannot interchange them. Shape of the graph changes. Binding energy per nucleon. Potential energy graph for understanding the characteristics of nuclear force. So which physical quantities you are taking along which axis, that is very, very important. So label the axis. Shape of the graph is very important. As I told, in numerical, the key marks will be given for the writing the formula. Don't forget to write the formula for all numericals before you start solving. Show substitution. Formula with the substitution gives you half mark, even if other arithmetic calculation goes wrong. So try to get maximum step marks possible as possible. Don't go for long method of calculation. Arithmetic steps, there is no special marks in physics. Formula, substitution, intermediates, key steps, and the final answer. This is the way how marks will be distributed. That's why I told you, go through your sample paper marking scheme. Previous year board examination marking scheme, which is available in CBSE site. You will understand which step is important, which is not very, prominent step. So you can skip that. And that way you can save your time. Same in graph also. Shape of the graph is important. When you are drawing binding energy per nucleon graph, memorizing where that, different atoms present, different nuclei, lithium nuclei where it comes, uranium nuclei where it comes, that is not important. The shape of the graph, the peaks, consistency of binding energy, from which mass number to which mass number. What is the corresponding value of binding energy per nucleon? These things are very important. The numbers written on the scales, no need to memorize. But what you are taking along x-axis, what you are taking along y-axis, very, very important. So incorporate graphs effectively in your answers. There is no separate graph sheet will be provided. In your answer book, there will be no graph sheet for physics graph questions. Graph and all you will draw with your hand. Shall we move ahead? Give a thumbs up. Can we move ahead?
yes, ma'am.
So the next one is common mistakes, which you have to avoid. So avoid these common mistakes during preparations as well as while giving examinations. Procrastination, you know what it is there. Ignore weak areas. Please strengthen your weak areas. Don't ignore your weak areas. Don't say that this magnetism chapter is magnetic effect of electric current. I do not know. I don't like this. I'll skip this. Don't do that. So strengthen your weak areas. Identify it. Overlooking practical work. Only reading, holding the book. No. Write and practice. At least make your, small keynotes. Not practicing enough. This is the general, last minute preparation. Still, we have 15 days for study holidays. Let's open the book that time. That is also not good. Ignoring revision. That is also not a correct practice. General mistakes when you are giving your paper. I told you some question you will skip. You will see, I don't remember the answer now. I will attempt last. Then you will forget. as you know, when you are, approaching the last hours of your examination winding up, you will forget some time to come back to that question. Sometimes a common mistake what children does, they forget the time management for each question. They spend too much time on one question and then leave, will struggle with the timings. Last minute they will leave 5-mark questions. So don't do that. From first question onwards, please strategically find the time for every question. 15 minutes reading time you are getting, please use effectively. That time itself you strategize. Choose your option questions. There will be option 1 option question in question number 2-mark questions, section B. 1 option question will be there in section C, and all your 5-mark questions are having options. While reading that 15 minutes reading time, don't waste by looking here and there, by looking what my friend is doing. Nothing. Focus and read your paper and strategize. Plan in your mind which choice question you are going to take, which, save your time. The questions will be framed in that manner. Numericals, when you are solving, if you take long method or if you do wrong substitution without converting the unit, sometimes the calculation goes very longer and you may find that this question something is wrong, I'm not able to complete it, and spend too much time. These are the common mistakes children do. Remember children, the numericals given in the board question paper will be always crisp in calculation. If it is taking 2-3 pages, calculation means somewhere you are making some mistake, either not converting the unit or by doing wrong substitution. The major thing like, transposition, when they do the formulas, left side, right side transposition, when they do, instead of multiplication, they do division. Instead of division, sometimes they do multiplication. Hota hai na ye sab? Commonly in school exam also, you might have done all these mistakes. So identify those mistakes and rectify them. Further, the common mistakes are there. Avoid these common mistakes, I told you again, and enhancing your study efficiency. Not only we will always focus on negative things of mistake. How do we enhance? Yes, we done some mistake, how to rectify that. So these are few tips I would like to give. So you can have a quick reading. If you have read, please show me thumbs up. I can move the slide.
Yes, ma'am.
Then few motivation steps. Definitely, you believe in yourself. Stay positive. Okay. If anyone keep advising you, only selective, whatever you feel, keep you charged, take that advice and go ahead. Everybody will do excellence at the end. So don't worry about that. Stay positive, seek help when needed, approach your teacher mentors. Don't think that last minute I'm approaching what they will think. I was absent. So do I have the right to approach now and trouble my mentor? Don't think like that. We are here at the other end for you people till that time you walk into the examination room. I'm on behalf of your mentors, I'm saying this. I hope all of you are with me, dear teachers. So seek help when needed. We are there always till the 11th hour. Stay consistent. So good luck to all of you for your CBSE board examination. So unlock your physics exam success. Empower yourself with these proven strategies designed to enhance your understanding and performance in your physics board exam. Let's work together to achieve your academic goals. 2 weeks before the exam, what you have to do? If you want, I will share this PPT with your, teachers so that you can just check this.
Ma'am, we are recording this session, so we will share it with the student, the recording.
Okay. What the night before the exam you have to do? Go to bed early and get a good night's sleep. Don't study overnight and don't, rush through to the exam. The memory will become weakened. So please have good sleep, have good food before you enter the exam hall, because our well-being is most important, both physical as well as mental. It is an examination. It is a celebration, not a stress build-up event. Okay, exam is a pleasure, not a pressure, children. If you prepare strategically, definitely exam is a pleasure. On the day of the examination, set your alarm and get up early. Eat good breakfast, including simple sugar, complex carbohydrate, and protein. This will help your blood sugar stay at a stable level. And since your brain runs on sugar, you don't want to have an empty tank. I hope, according to your health conditions, you go. This is the general tips I'm writing here. So what you have to avoid, it is also written here. So whatever you are taking to the examination hall, good instruction might be given by your teachers. Follow those things. Last 10 minutes of the examination, check if you have attempted all or the required number of questions. Check your answer sheet and correct spelling, grammatical errors if any. If you still have some time left, then draw a line between two answers. That is not mandatory to separate them, which further makes your answer sheet neat and presentable. Is that clear? And always keep 15 minutes for checking your paper to ensure that whether you attempted all questions. As I told, your question paper will be both in Hindi and English. So you should not miss out any questions without reading. Since immediately after one question given, first it will be the Hindi version followed by English version. So as you answer, you are allowed to put a tick mark, nothing else you can write on the question paper. I would like to quickly want your help to, to finish this last slide. With that, I will stop. 3 master rules to excel in your examination. Can anyone tell me the 3 master rules to excel in your...
Children can put in the chat box.
Okay, they can put in the chat box. You can read out. I will write that here.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Waiting.
So, can anyone guess the 3 master rules to excel in your physics examination? Okay, without wasting time.
Practice.
I'm also
One student has said practice.
yes, definitely. The first one is practice.
Yeah.
What is the second rule? Nothing other than practice. What is the third rule? Again, it is practice. Practice, practice, practice. How many times if you want until you reach your goal. Until you reach your goal. Your goal is excelling in your examination. Until. So it is the 3 rules. This is the 3 thumb rules, children. Practice, practice, practice. Okay? Yeah. So success is the sum of all small effort. You are getting...
Okay, children can unmute themselves.
Yeah. Out. So yeah. All the best, children. Thank you from my side. So wishing you all a happy physics board examination 2025. Any
in numericals, when we face difficulties in the calculation, can we use approximation?
Yes, if you are see where the division values are giving you non-repeating decimals, non-recurring decimals and repeating decimal values you are getting, then in that case, up to 2 decimal places, you can write your answers. Okay.
Yes,
do not leave the answers in fraction. Generally, for example, in Kirchhoff's law, current electricity, like Kirchhoff's law, numerical is there. It is expected most of the times in decimal answers. But again, I'm telling you, take a call on that time. The last minute you are just left with 2 minutes, you have to solve that question and give your answer. At least leave that simplest reducible form.
Yes.
The last reducible form fraction you can leave.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you,
in the case of ray optics and all, object distance, image distance, focal length, please do, and even power of the lens when you are calculating, do not leave in fraction. In decimals, approximate to 2 decimal places. Your answer will be checked the correctness to the first decimal. You know about the, rounding off concept, Significant figures concept we learned in class 11, right?
Yeah.
So up to one significant figure, all significant figures will be taken into account. So up to one decimal, your answer should be correct.
Yes, ma'am.
But do not forget units.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. When we correct board papers, for tough questions like, the Nuclei chapter, transition of when you are calculating the wavelength for the Lyman series, Balmer series, those long calculations are there. After doing so much long calculation, if a child calculating the energy of the radiation given out, forgot to write the unit, and half mark we are deducting, it pains a lot to us also. So take care of that. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Main thing in numericals, write the formula, dear. Don't forget to write the formula, because everything goes wrong. At least for the formula, there will be half mark. I'll tell you, I'll share one, what you can say, experience with you. In one of the year, I think in 2015 board exam, there was a question based on concave mirror. The same question is there in your NCERT textbook also. So go through all your solved example questions, textbook exercise questions which are given in your NCERT textbook, even NCERT exemplar questions, because competency based questions you have to tackle. So competency based questions are there in the exemplar NCERT exemplar questions. So when you are talking about these questions, concave mirror, one question is there in your ray optics chapter. Without using the mirror formula, you have to show that image formed by a concave mirror when object is between the focus and the double the focal length between f and 2f is real and inverted, and having a size greater than the size of the object. You have to prove it. Means there you have to do it only by ray diagram, not by formula.
Yeah.
So like this, you have to understand the strategy of the question. Okay. All the best, because luck favors the one who keep trying. That is my
Yes.
belief. So I'm always here at the other end. Any help at any time, please reach.